And here we go. I'm here at IRCE 2014 with Ken Burke, the chairman, founder, and CEO of Marketlive. Ken, always a pleasure to go on video with you.
Yeah, good to see you as well.
And this has got to be, I think you are the first member of the 5-time.
All right. Hey, I'm working on it. I want to hit 10 next.
There we go. Speaking of numbers and milestones, Ken, this is the 10th IRCE, and e-commerce has certainly changed since that first one. Take us back to 2005. Remind us what e-commerce was all about back then.
Yeah, you know, it's funny because we thought e-commerce was moving really fast back then. It is lightning speed. I think, you know, the biggest difference that I'm seeing now is this whole convergence of all of these different devices. And really, you know, what people are focused on, they got to stop focusing on the device and focus on the activity of the consumer. The consumer has changed so much. Now, giving it as an example, mobile traffic in some of our retail stores, 45% of all traffic going to the website is going to the mobile site, which for a retailer, that's crazy. That's huge change, right? So I think it's changing faster and faster, and we have to be really nimble as merchants going forward.
Ken, even in the last year, a lot of change in the e-commerce landscape. I think consumers are no longer looking for the best price. I think we're coming out of the post-recession and looking at the best customer service and the best experience for the customers. Is that something you're seeing?
Yeah, there's no question, actually. We do a survey every year about September, October of consumers about what they're looking for. And number one always is customer service. I would rather pay, as a merchant, I'm sorry, as a consumer, I would rather pay slightly higher price to guarantee that I'm going to get better service. They're also looking for other things like content, accessibility, like I talked about earlier about mobile, tablet, how their cart carries through the different. They're looking for functionality. They're looking for things that enable them to be better consumers, if you will. So price is actually farther down on the list. Don't get me wrong. Consumers are always motivated by price, but content, information, both product and ancillary, I'm seeing a huge push now into add-on content. We call value-added content. Things that are informational, maybe about the general category that the merchant is in. And people are very interested in that as well. And it builds all this trust and confidence. And that's really what they want.
Interesting. As your clients are gearing up towards holiday 2014, what are their biggest concerns right now? And do those match what their biggest concerns should be?
Yeah, number one concern is price erosion. It is every year, which is if they get into a bidding war with their competitors and price just starts to go down and down. So are they going to have to discount? It's number one. Number two is inventory. Do I have enough inventory to satisfy demand? So if the economy truly is continue to increase and we're going to see higher demand this holiday season, which nobody knows right now. I mean, there are people that are predicting that, certainly. People are predicting other things as well. How much inventory do I buy? And they've got to buy today, right? They're buying, I mean, this inventory is being bought now. So that's a huge problem about trying to get this. And as they get closer and closer to Cyber Monday, pricing becomes a really big concern. That, and you know, always there's a concern about infrastructure as well. Will my infrastructure hold up? You know, last holiday season, there were some big disasters in our industry. The other thing they're concerned about, I mean, I get all the time, is security, 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 security. Because of the credit card challenges, most recently 140 million credit cards were compromised. Or I shouldn't, I'm sorry, delete that. It wasn't 140 million, but there was access to potential accounts. So I didn't mean to say that. The credits were compromised.
No credit cards.
No credit cards were compromised. Thank you. Absolutely. But that scares people, and that causes our customers, certainly our merchants, to ask what's going on, what are your security measures, what are you doing about this, right? So they are very concerned about that as well.
You know, I didn't throw this question in, but as we're talking about the infrastructure from last year, I know security is still going to be security. You know, we have chip and pin coming in the future with credit cards. When it comes to the shipping issues, the shipping and carrier issues, do you see a bigger interest right now in ship to store or even in-store pickup?
No, absolutely no question about it. Because of the technology that's actually going in the store right now, consumers are going to the store I would say with more expectations about things such as in-store pickup, in-store returns, return anywhere kind of concepts. So I can return anywhere, you know, really in any retail outlet around the world, even not even just in the U.S. And so they want that. They want those conveniences. So there's no question. And the expectation that my account travels through all of this is right there. And that's still, that infrastructure still isn't there yet. We're trying to build it at Marketlive, but you know, it's still as an industry, we're still not to where we have one view of the customer yet. We got to get to that one view of the customer.
Now that we're done selling to every single possible consumer in the United States, now we got to start selling global.
I'd say growth rates are a little bit harder. You do have to look for other mechanisms now because the growth rates are slowing.
Are you seeing just about every U.S. merchant is seeing some sales, some global sales growth, but are they as concerned about global right now as they should be?
No, not at all. Meaning they should be more concerned about it. They should be. I am seeing it in terms of rankings, in terms of what their concerns are. It is hitting the top 3 list. I always look at the top 3 list. The top 3 initiatives that a merchant has is what they're going to focus on for that year. I'm starting to see it creep up into the top 3. We just formed a partnership with Border Free because it makes it easy for merchants to go out, and so we built a connector to our engine so that it makes it easier for our merchants to go out. What's right for the individual merchant. But I am getting more requests for international sites, no question about it, all on a single platform, and that interest. But I think that they have to go that route in order to continue the growth rates. And I will tell you, China, if you look at China and India, I mean, they're off the charts in terms of growth rates, right? So at our recent summit, where we brought all our customers together, that was one of the top 3 things I told them they needed to focus on. And I think people are starting to get in tune to it. I think merchants are starting to get in tune to it.
You mentioned Border Free. Are there any other global partners you're working with to help these customers? I know a lot of merchants just think, okay, we can do this on our own, but there are so many different different things you got to deal with.
I think we've had merchants evaluate kind of the Border Free model, which I like. If you want, my advice is, if you want to get into it and you haven't done international at all, and you don't know duties and taxes, and you just want to ship to a U.S. address, Canada's a U.S. sale, and let them take it from there, that can be a and you get to have some international presence, meaning you can get some international traffic. That might be a good place to start. Then over time, if you feel you can tackle it, go into one country. You go into your top country, whether it's the UK, whether it's Germany, whether it's France, whether it's Japan or China. China is a big trick. I won't even get into that right now, but China is harder to go into because you have to host in the country itself. But outside of that, you can then take it country by country. So use a border-free type company for all your other countries. They cover 100+ countries. So I actually think I'm glad we formed this partnership with them. I'm actually really excited about it. And I do have more interest in it. I'm seeing more of our customers interested in this area.
Excellent. Well, Ken, show's officially started.
All right.
And you're going to have thousands and thousands of people swarming upon the booth, so I better let you get going.
All right, Tim. Thanks so much.
Ken, thank you so much.